Hello, I'm Scott Brady with Overland Journal and Expedition Portal, and I'm here with Jim Markle from Red Oxx from Billings, Montana, and we're going to talk a little bit about soft luggage. So tell me a little bit about your adventure travel experience and what kind of inspired a lot of these really cool bags that you've created.
Well, Scott, I think it all basically goes back to my childhood. My father was a Halo instructor. I grew up in a military family, joined the military at 17 years old, ended up getting into parachute rigging and working in a reconnaissance company. And so from that point forward, everything was just kind of like the way I make my items. I mean, the smell of nylon is in my blood.
Sure.
I mean, I remember, Bill Booth, who invented the three-ring circus, was a family friend. And so
sure.
Growing up on the drop zone, doing all that stuff, and then as all the travel that you do in the military, you live out of a bag. And if I would have had this stuff while I was in, I would have been like, great, that's a great weekender bag, that's an overnight bag, and there's your deployment bag. Because the stuff they give you in the service, it's strong, but it doesn't function very well. It's just mostly an open tube.
Sure. It's
round, a sea bag, and you just stuff all your stuff, and inevitably the thing you want is in the bottom.
Yeah.
And so in the design process of our bags came through use. We live in Montana, we hunt, we fish, we travel, and so over the course of the last 20 years, we've developed a rather unique line of bags. And there's one common theme, is those zippers. The number 10 YKK zipper, double stitched, finished tape seams, stainless steel hardware, redundant points. Anywhere a bag failed, I found it and fixed it.
Yeah. So one of the things that comes to mind for me, this is a North Face bag here. And this is actually a bag I've used on many trips. But the one thing that you lose with this bag is a lot of space efficiency. So this thing is round. So when you stuff these things full and you put a couple of them in the back of a vehicle, you have all of this lost area around the bag.
Right, like so you take this point here, where this bag is at the apex of that circle,
yep,
right there and there, and you start looking at the room you're missing, and then that runs all the way down linearly through the bag, and on four sides, that's a lot of space that you can tuck things up in the corners. And then, let's face it, everything that man makes is rectangular or square. Everything that nature makes is round. Round rocks, round everything like that. You don't typically see straight lines in nature.
Yep.
So that means the vehicle's square, the tops of the coolers are flat, lock boxes, so stacking things in like a Jenga puzzle. And that's kind of what packing the back of these trucks is like.
And I think the last thing I want to talk about is kind of the breadth of products that you have available. That's pretty intriguing to me, and it shows also your creativity. I mean, this is a prototype that you figured out a way to carry,
the roller cots.
There's
two roller cots inside in here. And
it's a product that you love, and you design a bag around it. And I know you've got these great team members that are very creative, and you bring them some crazy idea, and then a day before a trip, they whip it up. And that's another important note, too, about the Red Oxx bags. These things are made in the United States. They're designed in the United States. They're designed by people who use them out in the field. And as a result of that, we see things like excellent little tool rolls and tool bags that you can fill up full of equipment and stick underneath the driver and passenger seat to get that weight down low. And then you've got other products like this grocery bag that you can keep rolled up and stuck into a pocket or something like that in the car. When you need to go into the grocery store to get some dry goods, you don't end up with a bunch of trash. You're able to use this for a bunch of different things. So it's that creativity and that attention to quality that I think really sets Red Oxx apart. So Jim, very good job with this stuff. I mean, I'm really impressed with these bags. We're using these personally around the world. And of course, we have access to pretty much any of the equipment that we would like. And we've chosen Red Oxx simply because of the quality, the fact that it's made in the United States, and from the fact that it's made by an enthusiast that understands what we do and makes a product just for us.